Scores feared dead as mining pit collapses in Zamfara state. Pengassan orders gas crude supply shut down to Dangote refinery. Katsina engineer builds indigenous armored carrier. On the foreign scene, airstrike kills 30 near market in western Niger. Good evening, this is News Update on Trust TV. I am Chiamaka Nwafo. Thank you for joining us. No fewer than 13 bodies have been recovered, while many others are still trapped following the collapse of a mining site in Kaduri village, Maru local government area, Zamfara state. An eyewitness who narrowly escaped death, Sydney Hassan, said he was among those fortunate to survive the incident. According to him, he was digging for gold in the pit on Thursday when he suddenly stepped out to drink water. Hassan explained that other miners rushed to the scene to rescue those trapped underground. A local resident said to have been involved in the rescue efforts, Sanusi Lawal, told Reuters that no fewer than 13 bodies had been retrieved from the rubble, including that of his cousin. An official of the Zamfara State Miners Association, Muhammadu Issa, confirmed the incident on Friday. The Zamfara State chapter of the National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives has commenced a 6-day warning strike across state-owned general hospitals. The chairman of the union, Sani Shehu, said the action was taken to draw the attention of the state government to their grievances over the new Consolidated Health Salary Structure, CONHES. He explained that while the state government approved the new salary structure for Consolidated Medical Salary Structure, CONMES, in June, it neglected the CONHES structure. Shehu noted that the union had made several follow-ups and engaged the government up to August, but without any positive outcome. The development comes after the union embarked on a 7-day warning strike on September 11, which is suspended after just 24 hours following government intervention. The union leader said the suspended strike has now resumed, with members set to observe the remaining 6 days from Saturday until next Tuesday. He added that if their demands are not met after the 6 days, the union will embark on an indefinite strike. Over in Delta State, the government has dismissed several health workers found guilty of extorting money from pregnant women and children under 5, despite the state's free healthcare policy for these groups. Others were demoted for related offences. The State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Joseph Onojame, disclosed this on Saturday during the flag-off of the Maternal and Neonatal Mortality Reduction Innovation and Initiatives Project Action Plan at Ashaka in Ndokwa East local government area. He said the ministry had intensified monitoring of hospitals to ensure that funds released for maternal and child health care were properly utilized. The commissioner stressed that the state covers the medical expenses of all pregnant women until delivery, as well as free treatment for children under 5. Onojame urged residents to report any health worker demanding payment for maternal or child care, noting that the phone number of the executive assistant to the government health monitoring will be made public for such reports. The industrial disputes between the Dangote Petroleum Refinery and the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria took a dramatic turn on Saturday as the union ordered 7 branches to cut off crude oil and gas supplies to the $20 billion facility. In a letter dated September 26 and signed by its General Secretary Lumumba Okubawa, the union accused the refinery of sacking its members in retaliation for exercising their constitutional right to join the union. The union's move marks an escalation in the standoff, with Pengassan accusing the refinery of anti-labor practices and the unlawful sack of its members. In a directive issued to its branch chairman, Pengassan instructed its branch chairman in key upstream and midstream oil companies, including Total Energies, Chevron, Seplat, Shell Nigeria Gas, Uando, and Nigeria Gas Infrastructure Company, to immediately cut off crude oil and gas supplies to the refinery. The The directive comes after Pengasson alleged that Nigerian workers were sacked by Dangote Refinery after joining the union, claiming that management also withdrew staff buses and denied entry to locals while allowing expatriates access. In a statement on Friday, the refinery clarified that only a small number of workers were affected by what it described as a reorganization aimed at preventing acts of sabotage within the facility. It said over 3,000 Nigerians remain in employment, rejecting claims of mass layoffs. The Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria has announced that its members would effect a petrol price hike nationwide as Dangote Refinery suspended sales of petrol in Naira. The national president of IPMAN, Abubakar Megandi, who discloses in an interview on Saturday, confirmed that the 650,000 barrel per day refinery on Friday sent an email to its customers, including marketers, informing them of the suspension of petrol sales in Naira with effect from Sunday, 28 September 2025. According to him, the implication is that fuel pump prices would go up from their current 865 naira and 910 naira per litre in Lagos and Abuja. He further said the new price template will be effective from Monday, 29 September, if the federal government does not address the naira for crude oil allocation with Dangote Refinery. The company had cited the exhaustion of its crude for naira allocation. This is coming at a time when Dangote Refinery is embroiled in a fresh fight with the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria over the unjust sacking of 800 workers. In Bayelsa State, the police command has confirmed that there is overwhelming evidence against George Idumangi, the prime suspect in the murder of real estate agent Richard Ekebu. The Commissioner of Police, CP Francis Ndu, assured that justice will take its full course following the suspect's arrest in Lagos and transfer to Yenagoa. Our correspondent Friday Moboy Peter completes the report.
Shortly after his arrest, the alleged killer of the Bayelsa-based real estate agent Richard Ekebu was flown from Lagos to Yenagoa via the Port Harcourt International Airport. Upon arrival, a tactical team comprising Operation Puff Adder operatives and the Commissioner of Police Francis Ido met journalists who were eager to hear details of the high-profile arrest. According to the police commissioner, substantial evidence has been gathered linking Judge Idumangi to the crime. He disclosed how collaborative intelligence and swift coordination led to the suspect's arrest.
We're coming with corroboration, real evidence, and even circumstantial evidence that is relevant to this matter. The suspect ran away from here, sold his phone, swapped it, got the phone, got the receipt, got the person that he sold the phone to, got his new phone, and with our contacts, with other agencies who are in this with us. Remember, in Bayelsa, we work as a team. So it takes me nothing to call the immigration head here.
Responding to questions from reporters, CP Idu said the command is fully prepared to prosecute the case to ensure justice is served. He further revealed that the suspect was intercepted at the immigration office in Lagos while attempting to flee to Togo, emphasizing that there will be no hiding place for criminals operating in Bayelsa State.
This case is the police in Festac that told us not to even bother, because he was heading to Togo. Evidence is real. The evidence you have. Somebody was killed. He called the person trusted him. He killed him, left him like a fleeing poacher. The land is sold to two people. Try to conceal evidence.
Meanwhile, the Bayelsa State Police Command also paraded two other suspects arrested with anti-aircraft ammunition in the state.
The ammunitions are not normal ammunitions. They are not. If you're not in the military, you need to understand the ferocity of that ammunition. It's anti-aircraft gun ammunition. Subject ran away from the heat of battle in the northwest. And he wanted to come and ingratiate himself in this environment.
Items recovered from the suspect include 10 walkie-talkies, pump-action rifles, an international passport, IYC tactical team t-shirt, and other incriminating materials. Friday, Ebimobowe Peter, Trust TV News, Yenagoa.
The National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons says it has rescued a 16-year-old domestic worker after her employer allegedly baited her with hot water in the Gwarimpa area of Abuja, Nigeria's Federal Capital Territory. NAPTIP, in a statement shared on its Facebook page, disclosed that the rescue followed the tip-off from the employer's neighbors. According to the statement, the 16-year-old who was employed to care for the employer's 3 children was taken to a hospital by neighbors who witnessed the assault. NAPTIP noted that it has commenced an investigation into the incident, adding that all individuals involved will face the full weight of the law. This incident is one of several cases of domestic violence involving the use of hot water. The Plateau State government has rescued 16 children who were trafficked from Basa local government area to Anambra State and reunited them with their families. Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Caroline Darfur, who disclosed this in Jos, said the children aged between 4 and 9 were trafficked from Plateau to Anambra State, noting that the suspect behind the act has been arrested. Darfur described the rescue as a significant step in the fight against child trafficking, stressing that the government is committed to defending the rights of the vulnerable. The commissioner called on the public to remain vigilant and report suspicious activities. Receiving the children on behalf of the Basa local government, the wife of the council chairman, Miriam Riti, said measures had been taken to ensure their well-being, including medical checks, school enrollment, and monitoring through community leaders. A parent of one of the rescued children, Ashabe Agidi, expressed gratitude to the government, saying that she was misled into believing her child was being taken for a better life. Moving on to more stories. At the height of insecurity and the scarcity of equipment to combat banditry, there's a growing shift from dependence on foreign machinery to locally made defense technology. This innovation is not only expected to enhance tactical capabilities on the front lines, but also showcases the ingenuity and sophistication of young Nigerians in technology and innovation. In Katsina, Trust TV's Abdullah Yamadi takes a closer look at the tracked armored personnel carrier developed by a Katsina-based engineer, Ibrahim Lawal Dankaba. His report.
They say necessity is the mother of invention. In Katsina State, where relentless attacks on rural communities have claimed hundreds of lives, displaced thousands, and led to mass livestock rustling, a new chapter is unfolding. Driven by innovation, engineer Ibrahim Lawal Dankaba has developed a tracked armored personnel carrier APC to support government effort in tackling the long-standing security challenges ravaging Katsina and other parts of the Northwest. Dankaba's self-funded initiative began earlier this month, from concept and design to fabrication, using homegrown steel plates molded into armored components, all integrated into a fully functional defense vehicle.
Well, because we understand the challenges, the major challenge being that there are hard to reach areas, the topography, the terrain is tough and rough, swampy, sandy, muddy sometimes. So we said, okay, we have lost a lot of both civilians and men in uniform trying to give us some security so that we can have peace. So we decided to sit down and come up with a product that will beat the challenges of the terrain, that will cross obstacles that is almost unstoppable at some level. So we decided to create this armored personnel carrier.
The locally fabricated components are carefully welded to the APC's frame offering full bulletproof protection and equipped with a remote control system for monitoring enemies' movements. The robotic turret allows the cabin crew to fire weapons without stepping out, enabling them to gather intelligence and engage targets from a safe distance.
It should be able to detect anyone with rifle. Should be able to detect that,
Okay.
and it should be able to tell its location and report back to a base station. It will be the robotic turret should be able to fire at command when commanded, while the gunman is protected inside. So it has lots of more features which are there to be incorporated.
Once certified by relevant authorities, the armored vehicle is expected to boost security operations, protecting personnel from small arms fire, artillery, landmines, and improvised explosive devices, IEDs. Its mobility supports rapid deployment and sustained operations in remote or hard-to-reach areas, particularly across the northwestern states. Its engine versatility is another innovation, designed to run on premium motor spirit (PMS), compressed natural gas (CNG), and diesel, ensuring adaptability in diverse operational environments. Beyond the combat, the prototype APC also plays a logistical role, with a built-in cargo belt for transporting supplies, equipment, and medical personnel to operatives in the field, a lifeline for sustained missions and reduced exposure to ambushes along supply routes.
The hatch, that's the cabin, can take up to 7 personnel, a gunner, and the rest, and the driver, and other devoted men inside. And it has a cargo bed. The cargo bed can take more personnel, can take deliverables, can take consignments, can take relief materials, can take backup and support materials to troops while during engagement. So
the Dankaba armored personnel carrier stands as a bold example of how local ingenuity can drive national security resilience, proving that homegrown innovation can be as tactical as it is transformative. Abdullahi Ismayamadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
7 persons have been reportedly killed, while 5 others were injured following an accident involving a trailer at Madala Junction in Suleja Council area of Niger State. The accident happened around 11:30 a.m. on Friday. Some eyewitnesses close that the truck, which was coming from the Zuba axis in Abuja, hit no fewer than 4 vehicles before its driver managed to stop at the junction after directing the vehicle toward a road barrier. Resident Sali Haruna said before the accident, a Golf of a commercial bus hit a commercial golf car that led to damages on the screen of the car. After a second accident, the trailer ran over a Hummer bus and also hit a golf car partially before the trailer caught fire that burned the bus along with the head part of the trailer. Haruna further stated that about 4 passengers of the bus were burned beyond recognition before the rescuers pulled out their bodies from the bus, while about 7 survivors from the spot of the accident were rushed to the Lucas Hospital in Madala, including the driver of the trailer. Trust TV visited the hospital on Saturday, where its chief medical director, Ugwebu Valentine, informed that 3 of the injured persons also died late in the day, with 1 other still in critical condition. May their souls rest in peace. In business, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited's cumulative revenue has reached 4.65 trillion naira as of August 2025, up from 4.40 trillion naira recorded in July, even as crude oil and natural gas production dropped due to scheduled maintenance. The company's monthly reports on Friday showed that profit after tax rebounded to 539 billion naira in August compared to 185 billion naira in July. According to the report, statutory payments to the government also increased from 7.96 trillion naira in the first half of the year to 8.86 trillion naira by the end of July. Operational data indicated that crude oil and condensate production fell to an average of 1.65 million barrels per day in August from 1.7 million barrels per day in July. Natural gas output dropped to 6,949 million standard cubic feet per day from 7,722 million standard cubic feet per day. Away from Nigeria, at least 30 people were killed in an airstrike in western Niger, the latest casualties in a part of the country hit hard by Islamist militant attacks and counterinsurgency operations. The strike took place on Monday near a weekly market in the town of Inter in the Tilaberi region, the borders Burkina Faso and Mali. The area is a hub of activity by groups linked to Islamic State and Al-Qaeda that all three military-run governments have struggled to combat. A witness and resident of the area said the death toll was 37, while a security source said it was more than 30. The government has not issued a statement about the incident. A government spokesperson did not respond to a request for comment on Friday. The security source said local authorities had tried to close the weekly market on the suspicion that militant groups were getting supplies there, but residents ignored the order. And finally, in sports, former Golden Eagles defender John Lazarus has completed a move to Tanzanian side TRA United SC. Lazarus joined TRA United SC from Nigeria National League side Lobi Stars. 27-year-old defender spent 4 years with the Pride of Makurdi before his move abroad. Lazarus scored 5 goals in 139 appearances for the former Nigerian Premier Football League champions. He also had a brief stint with Aqua United and El Kanemi Warriors. Lazarus once represented Nigeria at the under-17 level. With that, we've come to the end of news updates at this time. For more of our news programs and documentaries, to watch us on our social media platforms and on our YouTube live stream. I am Chiamaka Mwafo. Thank you for joining us at this time. Good evening.